Marvel, you cooked out of your mind with Marvel Zombies. Or did you eat? Let's talk about it. So, over the course of this weekend, I finished watching Marvel Zombies, Marvel's new limited series, where they took the idea of an episode of What If, where they had a zombie episode. And the concept, pretty simple, is that what if in the Marvel Universe, people were infected by zombies? That's an awesome concept, and I love it. I love that idea, and I think the execution for it was fantastic. What I loved most about Marvel Zombies is that they didn't hold back. They really went all in with the gore effects in this animated series. They didn't PG-13 fire it up, right? There's brutal, brutal kills that you would never normally get in a normal Marvel project. I love that they actually get some of the real actors and actresses to be the voice actors of this series, and they made them even look like them. Miss Marvel being the focus, the primary focus of this series, almost told like a movie-like format. It looks just like her in animated form, and it's her, Iman Vellani, voice acted it. I loved that they made her the focal point of this series. I like the choice of having all the characters, for the most part, of Phase 4, 5, and 6. It's kind of gets you a inside look of what the young Avengers could have looked like if Marvel was quicker on the ball of what they said they wanted to do a couple years ago, and now they're pivoting to Avengers Doomsday, and that's a whole other story. But I like what they do with the characters we have, seeing Florence Pugh's, Yelena, Red Guardian, interacting with Miss Marvel, interacting with Kate Bishop, right? Kate Bishop might have got picked off before that point. It's hard to remember. I watched it over the course of this weekend. And either way, I liked all the characters that they chose for this because it kept it fresh and unique and different. But you also have some of the major heavy hitters like Thor, Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch, who they make her like even more medicine in this movie. I'm calling it a movie show, right? Making her the ultimate villain, again, showing her power. I like what they do with the Incredible Hulk. I thought that was really, really, really cool. One really cool addition, too, was Blade Knight. I am a big, big Blade fan. It's very disappointing that we have not yet to see him in the MCU. It's funny that Wesley Snipes came back in Deadpool Wolverine and goes, I'm the only Blade, there's only ever going to be one Blade, right? I love Wesley Snipes' Blade. Really cool. I'm not the biggest Moon Knight fan. I wasn't a big fan of that show. But the powers and the abilities and the character itself is pretty cool. So combining Blade with Moon Knight, in a sense, having the Khonshu spirit with him, is such a really cool element to make in a what-if monsters, alternate universe, zombies scenario. Like, I was shook when Thor came back as a zombie and it took out Blade Knight in the way that he did. Because Blade Knight seemed to be like that, the guy on the team that seemed to have the most aura, to where he's going to be the hardest one to kill for the good guys, right? So when Thor took him out, I'm like, oh man, that's crazy, right? You have Hulk involved. I love the story and the action sequences. They really kept you on your toes, and this whole scenario, I think, really showed the different kind of stories and how far Marvel could really go if they weren't held back by continuity of a universe. And as I said before, I like that they added most of the characters from phases 4, 5, and 6, because we haven't had a chance to really spend much time with almost any of them. We had Thunderbolts recently, so we got more time with them. Iman Vellani, she's been in a couple things, the Marvels plus her own show. Not a lot of people watched a lot of these shows, and if you haven't, you might not enjoy this as much, but for the people that have done their homework or just know a lot about comics or Marvel characters, you might not get the same experience that I did. I still think it's a really cool, unique Elseworld story, and if you're someone that just is a comic book fan, superhero fan, Marvel fan in general, I think you'll love the concepts of this weird scenario of putting Marvel superheroes with zombies and making the characters a little bit different and unique and fresh in some sense, but also familiar to where they still feel like the characters you know and love for the ones you do know. Now, if you've done your homework like me and you've watched most of these series and have stayed in tune with Phase 4, 5, and 6, then I think you're going to have a blast with it. I absolutely loved it. I'd probably rate it. It's different to rate a show or a series in my book than it is to rate a movie. It's just different, right? So I really have no flaws with the movie. I'm not going to give it a perfect score just cause, and it's also animated, so it's not my favorite thing in the world. But I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was awesome, and I really have no flaws for it. I think the story was really cool. It left you on a really sadistic cliffhanger and I kind of saw it coming as it was playing out when she was teaming up with Hulk and Miss Marvel and Wanda to where, they're fusing powers together. I had a feeling just based off my homework and my experience with WandaVision and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, where I had a feeling that Wanda was going to try to cover the entire thing up as an illusion and make it seem like everything's still normal. She has the power to do that. She really does it. It's just she needed Miss Marvel to make it seem like it was real, that extra juice to make it happen. She'd have the power to fool the entire zombie world, I guess. But I saw it coming, and I think that cliffhanger of saying, what would Miss Marvel do? How is it going to play out? It was the perfect way to end the show. I kept saying, how are they going to end this show? Because so many people are getting killed off. How are they going to win in the end? Is things going to go back to normal? No, this planet was doomed, and it's going to stay doomed. And the storyline of hope throughout it, of not giving up on that hope and finding that little Hank Pym, Pym particle thing that was going to reach out to the Nova Corp, and the Nova Corp was going to be their refuge, which I kept wondering. I was like, is Nova Corp really even that powerful? How would they even be able to do that, etc., etc.? They weren't. They were there to stop anyone from getting out, and I thought that was a really, really good twist. I think this entire series of 4 episodes had so many good, unique twists and turns, whether it was people getting killed off that you'd expect, or just story elements of who's good, who's bad, and so on and so forth. So I thought Blade Knight was really cool. Again, I think making Miss Marvel the focal point was a great choice. I think Iman Vellani is one of the best new additions. She's so charming and just has so much vibrant personality at hand as Miss Marvel. And I think what they do with the visuals and the colors and the effects of it all was visually appealing for an animated series for Marvel. I think they knocked it out of the park. I was captivated through the visuals and the story the entire time. And they set you up really early that there's gonna be stakes. And because it's not technically the MCU, they can do more risky things with this series, especially it being animated, and kill off some major characters that you care about in live action. And they don't hold back. They, right off the bat in the first episode, they kill off some very important characters that make you jaw drop and go, wow, they really did that? And they do that throughout the entire series, where you do not know who is going to survive or not. But yeah, I really liked it. Leave a comment down below. What did you think of Marvel Zombies? Did you love it like me? Was there certain things you would like to change? Do you think it should have had more of the familiar characters that we know and love? Should they have made more of a stronger appearance? To me, I think we had enough of the OGs in this and just in general, right? We still had some fun moments. I love that we got to see Thor battle it out with Wanda in an ultimate battle. And I think they made Hulk pretty cool again. I think we got to see a lot, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see more Marvel, DC content. I have plenty of that on this channel. You can check out my playlist. I have plenty of ranking videos and so on and so forth. Right now, I'm more of a primary focus of spooky season, right? Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, stuff like that. It's going to be my focus for the next month or so because it's about to be October and it's the time, right? So if you're interested in that stuff too, lots of content coming your way. So subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.